UFC 309 just ended, and man, am I depressed. I'm depressed. I went for Stipe. I thought Stipe had a very solid chance of winning here, and I was kind of right. Stipe he did decent in the wrestling. He gave Jones some problems. He hit Jones a lot, but I mean he's 42. Like, what is he gonna do, right? Like, he's 42. And I just wanted to have a good day. I saw Chandler Oliveira. Oliveira won. I'm so happy. I love Oliveira. And I thought it'd be a great day. And I thought, this would be the greatest day of my life if Stipe knocks out John Jones in front of his children. Greatest day of my life. And I made a tweet mid fight saying, "Hey, John Jones, he needs to watch his fingers. He's about to eye poke Stipe Miocic 30 times because I said, his style. We all know his style, where he just, oh, hey, you're getting close to me. Let me do this and run away. It's the most pussy style I've ever seen in my life. Worse than Gelatin Almeida, by the way, because at least Gelatin Almeida he wants to be on the ground. He actually wants to fight you. You know, most pussy style I've ever seen in my life. John Jones, man, you gotta give it up. You know, maybe I'm a hater. You gotta give it up. He beats his wife the best we've ever seen. You know, he beats elderly people the best we've ever seen. You know, he ducks people the best we've ever seen. Greatest of all time at all three of those guys. Like, he's just the greatest. Not of MMA. Not, God, no, he's not even top 5 of MMA. He's on PEDs. If PEDs were included, which they're not, yeah, we'll put him on top 5. TJ Dillashaw, he was on PEDs for one fight, and everybody said his whole legacy's a sham. He's shunned by the whole community. John Jones, oh yeah, you can cheat 4 times, beat your wife, hit a woman with a car, call out 42-year-old Stipe, who's number 8 contender. You can do all of that. You can literally do all of that, and we love you. Not me. Not me. I stand for what's right most of the time, even though I'm a horrible person. I still stand for what's right. We don't. I don't care about you. I hate you. I think you're a horrible person, and I'm very sad, very depressed to see that you want to fight. And I would just like to point out, before y'all say, "Oh, I'm just hating," right? Which people were saying when I said, "Oh, John Jones is a little pussy. He's a bitch. He's gonna forever duck Aspinall." And that if you watch this fight and you think John Jones wins against Aspinall, you're a retard and you're gay and you need to get the dick out of your mouth. I got hate for saying that. 2 guys said, "Oh, you seem to cry a lot." I'm sorry, bro. Like, I just don't support wife beaters. You're 6'5", 84-inch reach. You're a heavyweight beating your wife. Now, if your wife was, like, into that shit, I'd be like, okay. You left your wife bloodied up, running for her life, and your kids had to call the cops on you because you're a horrible person and a horrible father. And that's not even really the worst you've done, right? Am I getting that right, John Jones? That's who you are, right? Horrible performance from John Jones, and honestly, good performance by Stipe. Stipe's 42. Stipe's 42, hasn't fought in 4 years, came back, gave John Jones problems. He rocked him a couple times, hit him with some really good jabs and hooks. But he's just too slow to catch up with someone who's just running away the whole time. He's just too slow. He's 42. We already knew this fight would be kind of iffy, right? And I lost my 8 main event prediction streak. I was doing very good. But at the end of the day, I had to think, would I rather keep my streak or would I rather do the right thing and root for Stipe to win because John Jones is one of the worst people ever? I'm doing the right thing. I'm willing to get rid of my streak just for Stipe. Because I root for the guy who's a good father. He's good. He's a good husband. He treats his wife. He doesn't beat his wife. He doesn't beat his kids. He's a volunteer firefighter. How can you not root for this guy? I understand he's white, and we hate white people majority of the time, right? I understand that. And despite what you may think, oh, why are you bringing that up? It's true. Why do you think John Jones gets so much dick suck? Click on the profile of the people who are dick sucking John Jones. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean fast. But like I said, if you think John Jones beats Tom Aspinall after this fight, you're a retard. You're you're a literal retard. John Jones' whole style is just, I'm gonna leg kick you. First off, we know Aspinall deals good with leg kicks. He's one of the best at dealing with leg kicks. Second off, John Jones isn't just gonna be able to eye poke him. John Jones will not be able to eye poke Tom Aspinall. Third, John Jones' whole style, despite what we may see, oh, he's the GOAT. He's amazing. Look at those elbows. Look at those elbows. Look at those kicks. He has the most bitch-made style I've ever seen in my life. Hey, let me just throw low kicks at you, right? Let me just throw low kicks. Hey, whenever you come close, I'm gonna put my hands in your eyes. I'm gonna do this to you. Literally do this to you. And you're not gonna do anything about it. Because you can't, and because it's against the rules and you shouldn't be doing it. But it's John Jones, right? I like Herb Dean. I like Herb Dean a lot. I think he's, majority of the time, a good ref. Never let Herb Dean referee a John Jones fight ever in his life. He didn't. And I'm like, it's one thing. You don't have to take a point away from John Jones for doing that, even though it's against the rules. You don't have to take a point away. You gotta warn him. He did it 20 times where he did this to Stipe. Where he did this to Stipe. He did it 20 times. No warning. I know Herb Dean saw it because he literally acknowledges it. He's like, he sees it and he's like, that's my black king. That's my black king. I can't wait to get dicked down by him later. The glazing. And I glaze. I glaze a lot. I glaze Tom Aspinall. I glaze the good role models, the good people. I don't glaze wife beaters. I don't glaze people who hit and run pregnant ladies just because they're drug addicts. And bro, and I saw a promo. And it was like, John Jones, we're going to promote him going to jail and how much he's changed and how he's fighting his demons. Eric Anders was a drug addict for years and he turned his life around by himself. Terrence McKinney fucking died. Terrence McKinney, heart stopped. He died. Damar Hamlin type shit. He came back and now he's a UFC fighter. Stipe Miocic is a firefighter. Where are these promos? Where are these promos saying, oh, it's just his demons, he came back from such adversity. John Jones was gifted one of the best athletic builds I've ever seen for fighting. John Jones was gifted the best athletic build for fighting. Like, he was gifted a title shot on Shogun Rua. He was gifted a decision over Dominic Reyes. He was gifted the ability to use PEDs. He was gifted being able to get away with beating your wife and hitting and running a pregnant lady. He was gifted so much shit. What adversity has John Jones gone through besides his gay thoughts? Oh, John Jones' adversity was he was about to go to jail for beating his wife. Can you believe that? Can you believe that John Jones was about to go to jail for beating his wife? What world do we live in where you can't just beat your wife in front of your children? Am I right? He's such a fucking horrible human being. If you're a Christian and you support John Jones, don't. He uses your religion as a way to bounce back on something and get a fan base when he's so many times done some unspeakable, unholy shit. He's not a real Christian. He says, oh, all glory to God. He let me get away with beating my wife. If you're a Christian and you support John Jones, and I'm not religious, you don't have to take my words. If you're a Christian, you support John Jones, rethink yourself, rethink who John Jones is, do a little research. It's that easy. Do a little research on John Jones. And then do a little research on Stipe Miocic, the firefighter. He saves lives almost on a daily basis. Full time, by the way. Even when he was fighting in the UFC, he was still volunteering as a firefighter. It's like, do you have nothing to say? Do you have nothing to say for Stipe? How do you not support Stipe over this little bum? This guy's a fucking bum. John Jones is a bitch. Genuinely. He runs, and look, I'm small. I'm 5'6". I'm short. I'm a kid, basically. I'm still gonna say it's John Jones' face. Yeah, what's he gonna do? Hit me? Just like he hit his wife? I'm gonna tell you straight up. If he hits me, he's gonna get PTSD from the look on his terrified kids' faces when they had to call the cops on him. He's just a bitch. He put his kids through so much trauma. So much. Imagine being John Jones' kids and seeing your father win just for him to be like, all glory to God. Oh, Stipe is such an asshole. Stipe is such an asshole. He mentioned my kids that I brutally traumatized. Oh, Tom Aspinall is such an asshole. By the way, I beat my wife and I hit a random pregnant lady. And the only reason I came back was to get my drugs and leave. But Tom Aspinall is such an asshole. Like, can you believe that? He's a loving husband. Can you believe that? He's nice to people. Like, who is this guy? He's just an asshole, bro. You made up, you literally made up drama and lied about Stipe making fun of you and your kids. You literally lied about that just so you could get some views because you realized no one gave a fuck about this fight. No one cares about your legacy because you're ducking people. You've ducked Francis Ngannou, Jan Blachowicz. And before you say, oh, Jan Blach, he didn't duck Jan. Yes, he did. Yes, he fucking did. And that's why Dominic Reyes and Jan had to fight for an interim title. Oh, but Tom Aspinall's not the real champion, right? Fucking hell. I'm sorry. I have the post-fight press conference on my shit. I'm actually gonna pause it so I can watch it a little later. But basically, if you root for John Jones, double check yourself, right? Double check your priorities. Double check everything. You can't possibly be like, unless you don't know what he's done outside the cage. Okay, yeah, you can root for John Jones if you know that he beat his wife. If you know he did this. If you know he has a fake persona that he puts on just so he can get away with it. Double check yourself. Double check your priorities. Double check you as a human being. I just want to point out something. John Jones has failed 4 drug tests. Right? He beat his wife, right? He hit a random pregnant lady. He's failed 4 drug tests. He's been arrested 6 times. His max suspension has only been like a year. Nick Diaz got suspended for about 3 years for weed. I want to put that in perspective. But I've always said this. If you're pegging Dana White, if you're having gay relations with Dana White, you can be the top of the sport because he'll let you do PEDs. It's so stupid. And before I say anything, I know I really haven't talked about the fight that much. I'm going to go into that right now. John Jones didn't look good. Stipe looked even worse because he's 42 years old. And John Jones almost got rocked multiple times. Stipe was landing hooks. Stipe could barely walk in the second and third round. John Jones, I mean, he had a good trip in the first round. Very good trip. Definitely 10-8'd him. It's like, but what did you do outside the 2 rounds? You did some body kicks. You eye poked him 5 times and ran away? Yeah, okay, nice. Good jumping, spinning heel kick on a guy who can't move. After you eye poked him 10 times. Good job, John. Wow, you really had a highlight reel finish on a 42-year-old. Good shit, John Jones. Other than that, there's nothing else to say about this fight. John Jones had some horrible boxing. He had good kicks. He had great kicks. I'll give you credit. He had horrible boxing. Stipe was winning the boxing for the most part. But, you know, since he's 42, he has no power. John Jones just rocks him, right? Because, you know, when is the only time John Jones been able to rock people with punches? Oh, wait, he's on PEDs, right? USADA's gone, right? Conveniently, USADA's gone when he wants to fight. But, yeah. Good shit to John Jones. This is the second most dominant. This isn't even a dominant performance. He did not dominate Stipe. Yeah, for 1 round he did. Second and third, Stipe had a really good second. Stipe was piecing him up in the third a little bit. I'd say the most dominant performance of his career was against his wife. But, you know, that's just me. I'm just that much ahead of y'all. Like I said, if you're rooting for John Jones, get your priorities straight. And if you think John Jones beats Tom Aspinall after watching this horrible performance where he couldn't really finish Stipe went through a lot. And John Jones, he barely rocked him. He hit him with some really good body kicks after eye poking him 40 times. Like, He couldn't finish Stipe after that first round. All the way until the end of the third. He couldn't finish Stipe in that first round. Aspinall would have murdered that Stipe. Aspinall would have murdered John Jones in GTA. Because I don't know if I can say that. I kind of wish Chandler Oliveira was the main event. That would have been fucking amazing. But hey, man, I mean, one thing I would like to say. John Jones, you had your chance. This was your retirement fight. You wanted to go out undefeated, which you're not. Dominic Reyes beat you. You wanted to go out undefeated on paper. This was it. Dana White gave it to you. He gave it to you saying this was your retirement fight. You don't fight Derek Lewis. You don't fight Jamal Hill. You don't fight Alex Pereira. You fight your interim champion who's already defended his belt. And he'll probably do it a second time before you even fight him. Vacate the belt. If you want to fight someone else or somewhere else, I wouldn't mind you going to PFL just because I don't have to see you. Vacate the belt. And we'll get on with our lives. People are saying, oh, what has Tom Aspinall done to deserve a shot against the glorious King John Jones? Like, get his dick out your mouth. Get his dick out your mouth. Zip up his fly when you're done, bruh. What can Tom Aspinall do? The highest Look, the highest you can be without being a champion is the interim champion. And even then, most divisions never really have an interim champion. It's higher than the number one. And then John Jones saying, hey, Dana, I don't want Aspinall coming here. Blacklist him from the press conference. Like, what? Like, what? Like, bro. This is not the GOAT of the sport. If you're a real MMA fan, you don't want this being your GOAT of the sport. You really don't. He's a horrible human being. He's not dangerous. Oh, he's the most dangerous man alive. Tom Aspinall is finishing people in a round. In a minute. Tom Aspinall is finishing people in a minute. John Jones is standing there eye-poking people. Yeah, congrats, bro. Congrats. You're the most dangerous man alive. You're also the biggest duck alive. Right? Biggest PED cheater. The most notorious PED cheater. Your whole legacy should be stripped away from you, but some reason it's not, just like it is Dillashaw. Right? You should be... Dillashaw deserves more credit than John Jones does. Legitimately. John Jones has failed 4 PED tests. Dillashaw failed 1. And even then, it didn't even affect his legacy because he lost. It's like... We took everything away from Dillashaw, but we're giving John Jones everything. You had your retirement fight. Now it's time to fight Tom Aspinall. Dana White said it. Dana White, stay to your word. We don't need John Jones. John Jones isn't a star. Unless you're black. John Jones isn't a star. He's not a good role model. Tom Aspinall is finishing people in a round. I don't want to see John Jones eye-poking people, randomly kicking people, just like in the leg, stomping their knees out against 42-year-olds. I want to see Tom Aspinall fight whoever. Tom Aspinall fights whoever. He'll fight the number one contender. He'll fight Gon. He'll fight Pavlovich on a 2 weeks notice. He'll fight Curtis Blades. He'll fight anybody. Hell, he'll fight John Jones. But, I mean, John Jones won't do that. John Jones is I like to handpick my number 8 contender, Stipe Miocic. I like to handpick these guys. Stipe, where you at? Stipe's enjoying retirement. Stipe's enjoying retirement with his kids that you neglect, John Jones. Have y'all seen that picture of saying, oh, I didn't lose custody of my kids. I won custody of my life. I didn't lose custody of my kids. I won custody of my life. That's the most deadbeat, horrible shit I've ever heard, especially when you already scarred them for life. You're 37 years old. You're 37. He's a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man, by the way. All I want to say, Tom Aspinall finishes him in a round. And like, subscribe if you agree. John Jones can't keep getting away with this, and I don't think he will. I think Dana White will finally put his foot down. I don't care that I lost my 8-fight win streak, or not fight win streak. I don't care that I lost my 8-win streak for main events. I stand for what's right, even though I'm a horrible person. John Jones is 10 times of a horrible person. If you don't like me because you think I'm a bad person, you think my humor is distasteful, John Jones is 10 times worse than me, so just remember that. Stipe's a Chad for taking this. Stipe's a great guy for taking this. And honestly, Stipe, you didn't even need to take this. You could have just said no and make John Jones retire or fight Tom Aspinall. Which I'm kind of mad about. I'm really mad that you didn't do that, Stipe. But not a good fight. Not really. It was kind of like I was kind of just sitting there. Let's be honest, right? It wasn't a good fight, but you still were hyped just because it was the main event, just because it was John Jones. Like you knew it wasn't gonna be like some random knockout from Stipe. You already knew the result, and you were just hyped because it was the main event. I feel like I got that pretty correct. And if you don't agree with me, like, subscribe, comment why you don't agree with me. I will argue with you for days. I'm that petty. I'm a petty motherfucker. I will argue with you for days. And you will not win that argument. I promise you, you will not win that argument. And if you do agree with me, that's cool and all. I respect you even more if you think Stipe would have won. And I respect you even more if you wish Stipe would have flatlined John Jones and Aspinall. But like I said, like, subscribe. I'm gonna make a whole card recap. I was so mad at this fight. I know this is like supposed to be a reaction to the fight. This is not a reaction. Or I guess it is, but this is more of a rant. I hate John Jones. You should hate John Jones. If you're a Christian and you love John Jones, you're not a Christian. You're a horrible human being. And I wish very bad things upon John Jones. Devious things upon John Jones. And I will not sugarcoat that any day of my life. But yeah, that's about it, really. Fuck John Jones. He gets flatlined by a lot of it. Gelatin Almeida beats John Jones.